Three, two, one. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Grounded. I believe we're live. Please let me know if we are live. This is my live stream Q&A podcast on YouTube. So if you want to finish this at a future date, I will upload this to all the popular podcasting platforms that you may use. It's called Grounded, so make sure you listen to it there or just hang out with me here where we're live and I will answer your questions. The first few minutes of Grounded lasts about an hour. I have gathered just a few pieces of news, so we have some content. Hello, Nicholas. Welcome for me to kind of talk about while people join the stream and you guys come up with questions, and especially on, I think for the podcast people, it helps to have something to listen to. Hey, Ben's here too. Instead of me just rambling and answering questions. So let me do some of these. You guys talk amongst yourselves in the chat. Let me know if my voice is good. I have totally new setup. We're in I have studio now. Check it out. Remember the last time I did this, I was actually in my garage. And the time before that, I was just in my basement. I was actually sitting in the exact same spot. This is exactly literally the same spot I was sitting, but it was all unfinished basement behind me. And now the basement's been finished. I have this small area where I can work and close the door and whatever's going on. Audio's great. I'm so glad to hear it. So let me go through some of this news I have, and then I will be talking to you guys faux show. So first up, Cybertruck at the lithium groundbreaking. So Tesla's making lithium refinery in Texas. They did a groundbreaking yesterday. It's going to make enough lithium for 1 million cars per year, which is just amazing. And if we check it out, I was very excited to see they had the Cybertruck there. And let me show that to you. If you are, I turned that off, but now I turned it on. So here's the picture I took from the live stream and posted. And I was very excited to see this. You can see Cybertruck is there. It's present. It's got the triangle mirror. So this is one of the newer prototypes. We have the huge windshield wiper, which, you know what? I can't believe it, but it's growing on me. I'm not going to lie. And in the back, what people were excited about is this kind of custom rack here that they have over the bed, and it can hold tools and things. Now, somebody did talk to, I think, Drew Baglino there, and he said that this piece you're seeing here was custom made for the event for the Cybertruck, but it was also confirmed, which was leaked before, that Tesla is going to have a team dedicated to making Cybertruck accessories. So we have that to look forward to. We should have some accessories and things for Cybertruck, but it's really cool to see this one. Next up, I guess I'll just go through these tabs. So here's some of the pictures that Sawyer Merritt put up of the Cybertruck on that day, and looking good with the American flag there. They had the Texas flag on the back. Close up of, it's so weird that you have square here for the B-pillar camera as opposed to kind of the more round or oval shapes on the other cars. More close up of this thing. I don't know how much utility this would actually have, but at least it's an option you have. Elon in front of the Cybertruck, looking happy there, doing lots of work. And another little closer up of the Cybertruck here. It's looking good. It's looking good. A lot of people are pointing out, if you look here, you can see some panel gap things, and there was some, I think, up here by the wiper blade. Tesla they're kind of known for that, but in my experience, I've looked at other vehicles up close, and you can find it on lots of different cars, in my opinion. And this is a prototype, so who cares? I'm not saying the Cybertruck will have zero issues at launch. I'm sure that's not true, but it's a prototype. Who cares about these things right here? I remember when the Cybertruck was first rolled out and it didn't have the side view mirrors, people were literally losing their minds. That's not legal. You have to have mirrors. I'm like, come on. You don't think they could just stick mirrors on there? It was so funny. So next up, this is a response I got from Elon yesterday, which is always fun. It was yesterday. It's May 9th. I always like to say the date when I do these. Today is May 9th, 2023. So Elon said we're going to do Tesla once full self-driving is super smooth and not just safe. They're going to roll out a free trial. You get 1 month of full self-driving beta for all cars in North America. And then they'll extend that to the rest of the world, of course, when they get it ready for local roads and regulators approve. So I retweeted that and just said, free trial coming after Super Smooth. It's a great idea because, in my opinion, beta these days is very, very safe, but it's kind of jerky still sometimes. And especially when you're new or you don't know what the car's capable of, it can be scary. It can be off-putting. And for that to be someone's first experience, it's not what you want because they're just going to, be like, well, forget this. He responded and said Tesla always prioritizes safety over smoothness. And after we achieve a higher tier of safety, then we polish the experience. Very important to both be both safe and smooth for new users to be comfortable with FSD, which is pretty much what I just said. I totally agree. And Omar from Homar's blog actually, I think, responded to this or something and said, makes sense as to why builds can seem a little off at first and then get better over time. And Elon responded to that and said, yep, or something like that. And I took that to mean, you get 11.3 and it's pretty good, but maybe weird. And then you get 11.3.1, just throwing numbers out there. And you're like, wow, this is smoother than it was. So they kind of really crank up the safety on these new versions, and then they can dial it back and add the smoothness in. Semi-Tesla related, Lucid getting owned over here, which is no good. I think their cars are, I don't know, like hardware-wise, I think their cars are very nice. Having over 500 miles of range is cool. Software doesn't look that great. I've seen lots of videos of it being very super laggy. But yeah, they're spending about $700,000 per vehicle delivered in Q1. So they're not doing too hot. Their stock took a hit, so no good. Opposite of that, Rivian today had a little beat. They actually are doing good. I looked right after close and they were up 5% or something. I don't know what they're at now, but yeah, so Rivian went up. That's nice. I love Rivian's vehicles. I really hope they're successful. I think they make some great stuff. Not without problems, of course, but literally nothing mass produced is going to be without problems. So, people get a little crazy over this stuff. And then the last one I had is Giga Texas. Just an hour ago, Tesla announced that Giga Texas is making 5,000 Model Y a week. I remember when Fremont hit that, when Fremont hit that milestone, it was huge. I should have the chat up so that if you guys are like, I can't hear you, I actually know. And so hello from Florida. And so 5,000 a week. Now I took this as like, hey, they're making lots of 4680s, but then I got some people corrected me down here saying that Tesla is, I didn't even realize this, but they are making some 2170 Model Ys. I knew they did that initially. But I didn't realize they were still doing that. So they're still making some 2170 Model Ys. So unfortunately, this tells us nothing about 4680 production. So that's sad because 4680s are going to be needed for Cybertruck. But hey, maybe they're going to move these. I can get rid of this now, I guess. Maybe they're going to move the Model Ys from Texas now that they've kind of had 4680 going, move all the Model Ys back to 2170 like they are out of Fremont, and they've used these initial Model Ys as kind of like a let's get the 4680 going, get ready for Cybertruck, blah blah blah. So Ben, only mildly jealous from the amount of replies you get from him. I don't know. You know what, one more thing I did want to mention for Twitter. Now, if you guys follow me, welcome everybody. So we're at 121, pretty cool. Nice to see everybody here. If you follow me, you know that I'm try to be as unbiased as possible. I know I'm a Tesla fan, blah, 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 but I try to attack everything from all sides and do the best that any individual can. With that said, in response to, what Ben was just saying, me getting replies from Elon and things like that, my Twitter presence is going to be much more positive going forward. I'm not going to, be lying about anything. And if, something bad happens, I'll still tweet about it. But I'm going to be a lot more positive. Honestly, I'm not going to lie, because you seem to get more attention from Elon when you act that way, and it helps the brand and everything. So YouTube channel, that will not be affected at all. But if you see me on Twitter kind of put, like, man, this dude's being a little corny over here. He's always liking his own quotes and stuff. Oh my gosh, that's so cringy. Whenever somebody puts a quote, like, we must get to Mars, Elon Musk. And he's like, responds, he's like, yeah, definitely. Like, you're basically talking to yourself, my dude. So I don't know. I just find that so funny. But just, I just like to give you all a heads up. I like to keep everyone in the loop. I don't want to hide anything like that. So, okay. So those were the pieces of news I had. I don't know if there's a lot going on all the time. Paid shill, unpaid shill. Actually I had that conversation with somebody on Twitter like the other day. Obviously Tesla doesn't pay me, but YouTube does. So I was like, I guess I'm a YouTube shill, not a Tesla shill, because they don't pay me anything. I genuinely enjoy, the products and things I've gotten from Tesla and SpaceX and it's just what it is. It is what it is. Starlink, is amazing. Oh, this is via Starlink right now. So if we have any drops or anything, just so you know, that's probably why. But Starlink has been remarkably reliable. So, okay. I'm going to go into your questions and things now. So I'm going to go back. And if you're new to live streams, I usually take forever to catch up. So Again, hello to everybody. Enrique, cool dog pillow. Hopefully Ari will be showing up here for the stream. Cool to see you streaming. Yes, so it's been a while since I've done a Grounded. I'm going to get back into it. I love talking to you guys. It's just, oh man, life's been crazy busy. I do talk about, myself here a little bit, because if you're here, I assume you like me in some capacity. Yeah, life's been insane, so less videos are coming, but I'm working really hard. I've recorded several drives that I want to do like voiceovers. People have said they like that style and they want to see more of that, but it's a lot more difficult. It takes a lot longer for me to edit those. So, and I want to make them really good, rather than just keep pumping out drives. Yeah, I've had some good ones, but I have other things I want to edit. I have lots of ideas. It's not lots of time. So hello, FSC, Pete, hello, Frank, hello, Duncan, a little too much RGB. I can turn it off here. There you go. I'll turn it off. Let me know if that's better. Audio's great. I've been watching the channel since the Highway Autopilot days. That is a long time. Thank you so much for sticking around, FSC. So glad to hear that. Let's do doing good. Okay. Ben, I'm driving at the moment, so I probably won't be in chat. That's good. Well, don't. Yeah, no messing around with that. Ben actually sent me a video. He lives nearby the other day of my wife driving. He's like, hey, that's your wife. I was like, that's kind of weird, but I've met Ben before and stuff, so it was pretty funny. Janer, hello. I drive a 2021 long-range Model Y with FSD beta around Central New Jersey and love it. That's awesome. Best car ever. Awesome. I'm glad to hear it. I'm sure Central New Jersey is ridiculous and crazy. I would love to visit. Like, I had somebody DM me or maybe just talk to me on Twitter, like, please, can you go to Brooklyn or was it Brooklyn, somewhere in New York? And I was like, I would love to, but it's like 10 hours one way without charging. So it's kind of hard, with a full-time job and everything for me to do stuff like that. But of course I would love to push it in that way. For a second, I was thinking, why do they have flag of Chile? That's funny. Oh, we got a member chat. Oh, hello, John. A member is here. Hello, John. I think as a member, you get some special thing in here. You get like one super chat or something. So make sure you use that. I'm glad to see you. So New Jersey. Okay, Nicholas. Yeah, I don't hate the wiper as much. Yeah, so the Cybertruck wiper, I'm surprised. Let me put this picture back up here. Which one was it? This one. I'm surprised at how much it's kind of grown on me. And same thing with the Cybertruck. When they first showed it, I totally thought it was a joke. And I was like, this is dumb. They're going to show the real truck any minute. And then the Cybertruck, I was like, man, I love this thing. And I agree, it still looks kind of, I don't know. I can't even say it's ugly anymore. I can't. I can see why people would say that. And if people hate it, I don't care. Then don't buy it. It's more Cybertrucks for me. But yeah, even the wiper, like, who cares? I don't know. I just don't care at all. Looks good. Chicago in the house, what up? What do you think of the snub nose on the Cybertruck? Okay, that's a great question. So bring the picture back up for you here. So the Cybertruck has a little stubby, if I go here, a little stubby nose here, and it's aggressive swoop down in the front. Now, of course, aerodynamics are a big part of this, but another thing that I've seen people mention, don't get me wrong, but I think a lot of people don't think about is pedestrian safety. And when you have these huge trucks, like even if you look at the Rivian R1T, so I hope that's not too loud. When you look at this truck, this one's not even as bad, but you get this big flat area right on the front here, and good luck if you're a pedestrian. I mean, I think this is at, depending on the suspension, of course, somewhere around maybe my shoulders or my chest or something like that. Good luck if you're getting hit with this even at lower speeds. You're gonna get hit. You're gonna go flying forward. You might get run over, etc. When you look at smaller cars, the serious injury rate and the fatality rate and things are much, much lower compared to these huge boxy, SUVs or pickup trucks, because it's so low to the ground. People fly over it, and that's actually almost I may be going past my knowledge here, but it's almost to the point of being mandated where you have to make it safe enough so a person will fly over this. That's like part of safety testing, where if they hit a dummy, the dummy hits the windshield and goes flying over because, and safely land in the bed there and get driven away. So I think that's a big part of it. Not just the aero, but the safety for pedestrians around. That's going to be good for them. Snub nose, only mildly jealous. Oh yeah, Elon replies, good evening from Lakeland, Florida. Hello. Latest update FSD. So from Brent, great smart summon rendered unusable. Tries to drive into cars, was fine before last update. Anyone else? My smart summon does not seem to change from time to time. I actually had some people DMing me, like several, saying like, oh my gosh, smart summon is so much better with version 11. I didn't see it. It worked fine. It worked okay. Oh, let me turn this back on for you. My smart summon's been working fine, but I don't think it's any kind of jump or anything. Just saw the hottest R1T a little bit ago. Yep, they're nice. Hi Chris, haven't gotten my T-shirt yet. It's coming, Dylan. That's not up to me. It's up to Teespring. Cool, Mike. Thank you. New Tesla tweet. New Tesla tweet. Oh yeah, that I covered. Enrique, you forgot to mention an important piece of news. Has pushed ADAS system laws to top priority. Oh, that's right. Yes, thank you, Enrique. So in Europe, UNECE, I'm not familiar with them, but basically the whole regulatory things that are needed for full self-driving beta to get to Europe have been pushed up. And so it looks like full self-driving beta. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, so by the latest, we're seeing beta Q1 of 2024. But that doesn't mean the regulations are going to allow it. Maybe like I'm misunderstanding that, but the framework to get into place for then Tesla to apply for it. Because Elon has talked about this. It's a little different. So in the U.S., how it is we have, oh, thank you, John. Upgrade. Wow. Okay. I appreciate that. I membership to autopilot. In the U.S., for NHTSA, it's basically like, you put it on the road and, if nobody says anything, you're good to go. Whereas in Europe, it's like you got to get permission before you put this stuff on the road. So to an extent for both of those, of course. So yes, that's huge for Europe. So yep, that sounds really good. Any update on 11.4 release? Tarek. So I do talk to some employees. I don't know what to say. I get DMs from people from lots of different places, and they're like, "Don't tell anyone," and I'm like, "That's my whole job, is to tell people. Why are you DMing me these things?" But of course, I respect that. I respect it. But for things that are not that important, whatever. If I'm telling you something, they've given me the okay. No employees are on 11.4, but none have gotten an update. So Elon said that yesterday they were going to get 11.4.1 or .2, whatever. They were going to get some update. They have not received anything yet. So employees still don't have an 11.4.x update. They're still on 11.4. They've been on it for a while. From what I hear, things are fine. Not a huge jump in anything in their opinions. The release note of 11.4 that I was most excited about was correct lane selection. And they said that's maybe better. So, I don't probe them too much. I don't know. I don't want to make them uncomfortable, but from what I'm, nobody's, people are saying it's fine, but not like a huge jump so far. But yeah, it's hard to say. Sorry, I might say your name wrong. Mendra. Hi, Chris. Love your content. Thank you. Have you tried FSD beta 11.3.6 right behind a flashing school bus waiting for kids to board the bus? My Model 3 tried to pass the school bus. Can you try it and post a video? So I can't really. Of course, if there's a school bus around, then yes. But I'm like driving to work at that time, and so it's hard. And then in the afternoon, I'm at work when the school buses are out. I've experienced the same thing. Sometimes I've had the car stop, and some other times it has not. It basically seems to come down to if it sees that stop sign really well, it'll stop. But it's not something that's supported right now. I actually saw on my way home, a police car came up behind me. Had the sirens on, and they were trying to get by. And those kind of basic things that are not edge, I wouldn't call that an edge case, but it's just something that beta can't do. It just has no response. It doesn't know what an emergency vehicle is. So, yeah, there's a lot to add. That's a big cup. I need lots of water to talk nonstop to everybody. Green Pad. Chris, would you consider posting videos on Twitter, live streams? Yeah, sure, I would. So Twitter's kind of weird with the whole thing. Elon, I really like how he's pushing the monetization for creators, and he's actually subscribed to a lot of people. Now he's subscribed to people that already have like hundreds of thousands of followers or millions of followers. So it's like, okay, these people are already very successful and they're already going to get, thousands of dollars a month from subscribers probably, but it's still, nice to see the messaging. For me, I do not like the idea of Twitter having all that stuff behind a paywall, because the whole point of Twitter, even what Elon said, was like, oh, the town square. And I just love to go there and chat with everybody. And same thing here with YouTube. I don't really put anything behind a paywall. I do have members. Every once in a while, I'll give them an exclusive post in the community tab. I hope they've enjoyed that, because there's been some stuff that's like, hey, don't tell anyone this because I might get in trouble. But, I hope they've liked that. And Patreon even, I've done a few things there for them. But don't get me wrong, I extremely appreciate the support, and it helps the channel. It does bring good content. But I like all this stuff to be accessible to everybody. I don't want to paywall stuff. So people have asked me in different capacities too, even before I did YouTube, let me support you. So on Twitter, I was going to enable subscribers, but it won't let me. It won't let me. I applied for it long time ago, months ago, and it just still says, oh, we're reviewing. And I even emailed the customer support, and they said, oh, read this FAQ, and they ended my ticket. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try again. But even if I do have subscribers on Twitter, just know I'm probably not going to keep anything behind the paywall, or at least very few things. So back to your question, consider posting videos on Twitter. So yes, I will try to do that more. But honestly, besides like getting an Elon response or it really going viral, there's not much incentive for me. Even the times Elon has liked a tweet of mine, or I'm very much in like business thinking mode. So don't get me wrong. Like for you guys, if that's what you want, I'll do it. Even when he's like liked or responded to something that has a link to one of my YouTube videos, you'd be surprised. The traffic is still almost nothing from Twitter. Even if Elon like directly responds to it, almost nobody's clicking that link to go to YouTube. So yeah. Quit your job already, full-time YouTuber. Yeah, I don't think so. Not even close. Nicholas, my bestie's husband ordered a Model Y 2 weeks ago and just got his VIN. Nice. Fun watching someone else go full obsession watching their delivery day like a hog and watching hours of Tesla content daily. Those were the days, man. I miss those days. Hello from Arizona. Hello. Andrew, Brent, my 11.3.6 experience. Oh, he's responding to someone. It's just the opposite. Better all the time. Suggest you recalibrate the cameras. Sometimes that works. Worth a try. I heard from a Tesla employee directly that does nothing, but it doesn't hurt to try. It doesn't take long. So in my opinion, you might as well do it. Andy, you should try to do a combination of Twitter Space and live stream on YouTube. Oh, you know what I was going to do? I'm going to actually pull up TikTok and live stream on there. If it's easy, I've never done it, but I was just going to let it run and direct people to YouTube. You never know. People that you can bring in live. Can I just click go live? No, what the heck? I didn't even add a title. There we go. I'm live. Boom, live on TikTok. What up? Put it here. That looks good. Sweet. Okay. Okay. All right. I don't know anything about that. I'm just putting it there. And if people want to come to YouTube, youtube.com, Dirty Tesla. Yes. So a combination of Twitter Space and live stream. I thought about that. Maybe next time I will also do a Twitter Space where people can listen. But for Twitter Spaces, I'd like to be able to talk to people and have other speakers come up. So Trello, hey Chris, hello. Sam, I love your drive. Keep on. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. Ben, I have no idea who you are. Duncan, I remember being so excited seeing stop sign and traffic lights. Yep, being tackled by FSD. We have come a long way since then. You know what? You got to keep everything in perspective when you talk about this stuff, because it's hard to really keep that all in perspective. Like, oh, my car didn't perfectly go around this garbage truck. Dang it. You know, whereas 2 years ago or 3 years ago, it's like, oh, it wanted to blow through a stop sign because it doesn't know what those are yet. So, yeah. Full self-driving does real well around New Jersey. That's awesome. Good mix of highway and local roads. I'm so happy to hear that. Enrique, hating the wiper on the Cybertruck and the rear mirrors in the Cybertruck has become a meme. Brian, looked good on a job site with tools. Yes, it does. Looks good dirty. It is to do stuff. That is what it's for. If you're watching on TikTok, come to YouTube. What up? Oh my gosh, there's 24 people on TikTok. I literally never done this. You come to YouTube and ask me questions. The wiper is like a snorkel, hee hee. I saw somebody say they should make it an antenna too. That's actually a good idea. Except when it's raining, then it's going to be moving around. Deafened by keyboard. Uh-oh. All right, I'll try not to do that. Hit by R1T. Yeet. Yeah, and it catches bugs when you have that. I'm really willing to get hit by your Cybertruck for a video. All right, come on over. I'll shoot it, and then I'll run you over with it. Jambo, I am waiting for my canoe truck. Yeah, that thing looks sweet too. South Carolina Mountain Dad, hello. That's a cool little wave. Arnold, if Elon is so concerned about our safety and humanity, why charge $15,000 for FSD? That is a lot of money for most of us. If the cost was $5,000, Tesla would get a lot more subscribers. You know what? I totally agree. Now on the safety aspect, you do get all safety features standard on any Tesla, even before autopilot was free. So if you're gonna plow into someone, your Tesla's gonna brake. If you're gonna go through a stop sign, it's gonna yell at you. Or if you're gonna crash into someone, blah blah blah. So all the safety features on the Teslas are there. They really are. But I hear what you're saying. I mean, they got to get paid for it. I don't mind paying, but yeah, 15,000 is too much. I think they just want people on the subscription. I really do, but what's in the beer stein? Oxygen dihydrogen. Yeah, dihydrogen monoxide is how you would say that, yes. Brian, do you know anything about the release of FSD beta to new users? I wish Tesla would tell you that the beta is unavailable when you subscribe. The whole release cycle seems confusing. It is, and I've explained this so many times. Thanks for the like on TikTok. Okay, go into your settings. If you know this, you're like, shut up, but people don't know. Go into the settings on your car, look at your software version. It's probably, if you don't have beta, it should be 2023.6.12, something like that. If beta is less than that number, you can't get it. So the next beta, maybe, is 2023.6.15, okay? So if your car's above that number, you can't get beta until they go above your software number. And I totally agree. Tesla should be more open about this. Like, you shouldn't be able to subscribe to beta and pay, whatever, $100, $200 a month or $100 a month if you bought enhanced autopilot and then not get anything. What? It's like, and have no idea what's going on. You have to DM me just to learn what's happening. And I don't mind helping people, but it's just ridiculous. Cybertruck is safe when hitting pedestrians. Tesla shill or Dan O'Dowd shill. What car is that? Is on the thumbnail. That's an image from Midjourney. It's a Model S in space. Thanks, John, for upgrading to autopilot member. I appreciate that a lot. You get some kind of super chat or something, so use it if you can, if you're here. Longtime subscriber just found out I was unsubscribed. Yes, YouTube does that, dude. I hear that almost daily. Especially when I post a new video, I get multiple comments that are like, oh, I was subscribed to you and I'm not. So new users are getting FSD since version 11. It's not on pause. Yes, but the problem is if your car is not on the right software version, you can't get it. So if your car is below beta software version, all you got to do is ask for it. And yes, you get it immediately. There's no more safety score. There's none of that. But the rollout is still very confusing. Danny, realistically, what do you think the rollout of non-supervised full autonomy FSD looks like in the USA? I mean, we're kind of there besides the issue with being in the wrong software version. So, which I do believe Tesla is doing on purpose to control the rollout. A non-supervised full autonomy. I read that wrong. Non-supervised? I think that's very far away. I love beta. I do. I use it 99.99% of my driving. Or 95+%, I should say, to be safe. Unsupervised, that's not happening this year. I hope I'm wrong, but I bet $1 it's not. I bet I will donate $100 to charity if I can sleep in the back seat of my car before in 2023. It's not happening while it drives me around with no one else in it. What is this? Okay. Leave me alone. Nicholas, the model Cybertruck on the shelf behind you, can you show it off? Where is it from? Oh, you see that? So this I actually 3D printed, and I didn't finish it because you got to buy hardware to put the wheels and stuff on. And I didn't want to, it says streaming is not smooth. Hopefully that fixes soon. Sorry, again, we're on Starlink, so let me check this real quick. Sorry. I don't know. It should be fine. I don't know what YouTube's problem is. This, I've 3D printed it, basically. And you got to buy hardware. I need some metal, but it's kind of expensive. I didn't want to spend money on it, honestly, so I just put it up here. Boop. So there's that. Tesla app iOS thread about dev summon. Yeah, so there's something in the app. So a couple things are coming to the app soon. Hello, Tristan. Come to YouTube. Where Drive on Sunshine, where the car will automatically use your excess solar energy to charge itself. And the other one is something about summon, dev summon. So people are thinking it's actually smart summon kind of making its way into the app, but we'll see. Just watch the build show content on the Tesla route. Okay. I don't understand. Sorry. Oh, okay. Yeah. You like the stuff on the Cybertruck. Stefan, it would be nice if Elon would add in the trip meter section of the screen how many miles we have driven on FSD. Yeah, if you have Tesla insurance, you can see that, but it should really come to everybody. I know that's so frustrating. Dylan, I know you're planning on trading the X for the Cybertruck. Are you worried about early Cybertrucks having bad build quality? Yes and no. So to be honest, from like a YouTube perspective, the sooner I get the Cybertruck, the better for content and stuff, and that'll get me a lot more views and everything. If I wasn't like doing YouTube, then yeah, I would definitely wait on Cybertruck for sure. I don't know if I would. I don't really care. I just want it. But no, that's a concern. Like that's definitely something to think about. But no, for me, I want it as fast as I can get it for sure. Chelsea, from a new factory build quality, at first it won't be the best, but they'll get it down. Jay, Chris, do you or anyone else have issues with FSD 11 hesitating to engage? Where, yes, 10.x would all the time. It's my biggest gripe with the latest upgrade. Sometimes I'm locked out for a few minutes. Yes, that is definitely a bug in version 11 where starting at the first time on a drive is not, I've never had a problem with that, but sometimes, and I can go days without this happening, if I disengage, like hit the brake or take over steering or something, it's so annoying because the FSD symbol, like, hey, I'm ready to go into FSD, will pop up, but you double click the stock and then it like fails. And that, yes, that can happen for a few minutes at a time. I've had it several times. It's a bug with the 11 version for sure. Will, is it confirmed that the long range Model 3 is now LFP? No, it's not confirmed. Seems pointless when for the same price you can get a Model Y with the credit. Nope, it's not confirmed. It's just assumed. Sorry, I got ice. I didn't mean to. Brent, uh-oh. Hi in Europe. I know. You want FSD. I'm sorry. Is the stream looking okay for everybody? Can you please let me know? Because YouTube is saying it's having an error. I'm going to turn off this other thing. Maybe that's messing it up. Sorry. I'm just waiting for some responses from you guys about that because I don't want the stream to be not great. That's weird. I don't know why. It's okay. All right. Well, hopefully it'll fix itself here. On my end, all the metrics look good, so it's good for you. Okay. All right. Sorry. Let me keep going here. I'm actually almost caught up to the chat, so that's good. I did the lowest latency I could. That might be making it hard. Brent, I'll try the recalibration, but my FSD is not working great. I've stopped it just in time before it runs into a car, a light pole, just veering off the path into oblivion. Maybe from downloading with hotspot? No, it's just, that sounds like beta to me. Super Tesla, hi, hello. Brian, responding to someone else. Andy, actually meant that you are hosting a space in sync with the YouTube live stream. Yes, Andy. So Andy was asking that I host a space on Twitter, like for the audio, because the audio is probably the most important thing here, along with doing the live stream on Twitter. I could try, but it's hard because I'd have to switch back and forth. I don't know. I'll think about it if that's what you want to do. I did think about that. Matthew, links from most places to YouTube won't open into my YouTube account, so I don't click them. I just go and search in YouTube for them. Yeah, okay, my connection should be better now. I think it was dual live streaming. So one thing I want to do for the streams pretty soon, I need to practice before I go live with it, is I do want to start talking with others. So if you have anyone you'd like me to talk to, Corey Steuben said he would come on here from Monroe and Associates from Monroe Live. Corey Steuben said he would come on, so I'm going to do that. And I'm going to see who else. I could probably get a lot of different people, but I actually tried that a long time ago. If you guys know Vincent, he hello, talk correctly here. He mostly posts to Twitter. He's been a little quieter lately, I think, but he is a really, really great guy. He's met Elon. We talked a lot. I had him on one time, but my internet wasn't good enough. And my live stream ended up being just garbage because my internet couldn't handle it. But I think now with Starlink, I could live stream with someone like on Zoom or something. So, Tim Wilder, there's a bunch of construction in the area starting soon. Michigan Avenue and Huron Parkway. I drive them regularly and will let you know if it's worth a drive. Yes, please let me know with beta. I'd appreciate that. Construction is still so... Sometimes it nails it and it's very cool, but for the most part, it's so garbage. It's just struggles so much with... I get it, but yeah, with cones and a lot. Especially, the thing that really gets me is the road closed signs. It just goes around them. Like, whatever. Enrique, do you think your wife will ever trust FSD enough to fall asleep in a robotaxi? She seems a little jittery. Yeah, I think eventually she could get used to it, but not anytime soon. I mean, not the Tesla. I think if we went and tried a Waymo or something, those seem a little... I don't know. I've seen them do crazy stuff too. I don't know, maybe, but not for a really long time. Chris Miles, hi. Civic Dreamin', agree you should get a warning that says you will not get FSD beta. Please confirm purchase. Brian Jocelyn, howdy Chris, how goes it? Yo, hello Brian, good to see you. You made it before the stream ended. Congratulations. Super Tesla, I want to subscribe to FSD again, but I don't have USS, so I can't even use Summon. It was one of my favorite features. Oh, sorry to hear that. That's so garbage. I can't believe they still don't have it. What are they doing? I'm still chilling on 11.6.8. What the heck is that? Tesla Cowboy, Elon to get free FSD for a month. Yep, we talked about that earlier. I would not expect it to come for a long time. The free trial of FSD. Probably like end of the year would be the earliest is my guess. Oh, Dennis, what happened with the Dan O'Dowd offer for you to go to his testing location? That's a great question. So Dan O'Dowd went on this, that guy's definitely unhinged. Like, I give everybody the benefit of the doubt, but there's something, he kind of freaks me out a little bit, to be honest. But this is more recent that I thought that too. Some of the more recent things he's been saying. So back before, he was kind of going ham on Twitter and like, Chuck Cook, I call you out, and like, whatever, Omar, I call whoever. Like, he's just tagging everybody and like, come to my testing facility and blah, blah, blah. And everybody was like, get away from me, you weirdo. And so he finally got to me and was like, okay, everyone else said no, will you do it? And I was like, okay. Like, honestly, I don't want to see, this guy's literally a billionaire. So he thinks anyone can just hop on a jet and do whatever they want anytime. I have 2 young kids. I have a full-time job. I can't just hop on a jet, even if he offers to pay and do whatever I want. But I thought, you know what? Fine. I'll take a couple of my own personal vacation days off work, go out to California, do his little test track. But I have a couple reservations. So the reasons I would do it mostly are because it would be good for exposure, whatever, like no press is bad press, right? For the most part. But a couple of reservations. One, I do believe whatever happened, he would manipulate it in some way and kind of make me look like a fool. I really do. I don't think that I am immune to that. And I think that if he has those, I don't know that he has those ill intentions, but I believe if he does have those ill intentions, no matter what happens, he will edit footage in some way to make me look foolish. Whether it's, I don't know, like anything I say, anything I do. And I'm a normal person. I don't want to look like a fool. Like, I don't want to be manipulated in that way. I really think that. And number 2, that honestly, that's the main thing. That and just not wanting to have to like take my vacation days off work. I only get so many, and all that. So I said I would do it. Okay. So what happened? I DM'd him and I was like, all right, what are we doing? And he didn't respond for over 24 hours. And I tweeted that I DM'd him and he was like, oh, well, my team will get back to you soon or something. Okay, great. Yeah. My team. This is why I'm like, this dude's just going to use his billions to make me look like a fool. Then he said, I'm planning a date with, he said someone else. I don't know. It was in a DM. It probably doesn't matter, but I don't want to say who it was, but he said, I'm planning a date with this person. I'll let you know. And I said, okay, sounds good. And then I went back and I said, hey, can I film everything myself? And what about your conflict of interest? Can we like say what conflict of interest we have because you have your own full self-driving software? And he said, he was like, oh, Green Hill Software doesn't work on that, blah, blah. He gave me some spiel. And again, that's where I'm like, okay, no matter what I say, he's just going to be like, oh, no, he's lying. He's trying to manipulate you, whatever. And so it gave me a bad feeling. But I never said no. So then I said, okay, well, let me know when you know the date. And he never said anything since. And that's where it's at. So I said, yes, I really am willing. I mean, if he pays, I'm not paying $600 or whatever for a plane ticket to California. I told him he should pay my mom's mortgage and then I would do it. And he's like, no, because then people would say I paid you for your opinion. Like, yeah, of course they would. But so that's where it's at. I don't know. I never said no. It's a really weird thing. Some of his tweets lately, I honestly think the dude's a little unhinged and he does freak me out a bit. In terms, like, I don't think he's gonna murder me or something, but I don't know. Just, it's very strange. Okay, Marco, hi. In Europe, we miss FSD. I know, I'm sorry. Michael, are you going to daily drive the Cybertruck when that arrives and the X is traded in? Yeah, that's my plan. So that's a good, let me see if I'm getting, I want to respond to some of this Dan stuff since it's okay, not much. Yeah, 100% Dan does not have good intentions. IMO would be a lose-lose for you. That's what I'm thinking. I think it could be a win in terms of like getting exposure for the channel and myself. But other than that, like what type of exposure would I be getting? And you know, if he goes on, you know, CNBS or something and is like, oh yes, I did it with this huge Tesla shill who does nothing but loves Tesla. And look, the test still messed up. And anyone that knows me and is familiar with me would be like, okay, that's a lie. He's not, he goes at both sides. Like I do my best to show the whole story. Whereas you have people on the extremes like him who only want everything to be negative no matter what. And then, you know, the other side is people who only want it to be good no matter what. But yeah. Okay, let me get back to your questions. Are you going to daily drive the Cybertruck? Yeah, that's my plan. I actually do feel a little goofy about that just because it's so huge, like driving 70 miles a day in an empty truck. But at least it's electric, so it's super efficient. That's my plan. I would love to be able to keep the Y, but like I don't have that kind of money. Do like X, Y Cybertruck. That'd be sick, but I can't do that. Good, looks good, fine for me. But I'm basically listening. BitJam, I get delays in the video. Okay, well, I think it's better now, hopefully. Arnold, will FSD prevent a collision with a deer? I was in my 2021 Model S long range going about 40 when I hit one. It was dark and the deer came from a ditch on the right. Sensors did not help. So here's the thing. That collision, only you know this, I don't know, may have been physically impossible to avoid. So if you're going 40 miles per hour and a deer jumps in front of you and there's 2 inches between you and the deer, nothing on earth could ever stop that. It's physically impossible for that to be avoided. If there's time, like if you would have hit, you know, if there's time where you see the deer and have time to hit the brake, then FSD can, yes, prevent it. I actually have several. My number one video, my top viewed video of all time is, not including shorts now, is FSD beta reacting to a deer. So check that out. It's very slow and, you know, it's early days of beta. So it's not the most impressive thing, but the car visualizes the deer on the screen, moves around a little bit, slows down for it. It definitely can. And since then I have more recent videos where I have 2 videos that within the past probably 6 months or so where the car has slowed for deer. Again, it's not the most impressive thing, but it definitely can see them and react to them. Mason, my FSD has problems engaging around 20 to 40 miles per hour. On highway or completely stopped is no problem. Interesting. Stream is doing okay since I joined. Thank you. Earl would be fun to have. Okay, I could talk to Earl. AI driver, that'd be sweet. I've talked to him on Spaces. We DM sometimes. Jay, early FSD phantom braking is, for me, a thing of the past. Yeah, I don't really get that anymore. Now it's phantom turn signals. Yeah, disconcerting when entering an intersection and car is routed to go straight. Yeah, so that's something I've definitely noticed. I'm getting a little super into the details here, but I assume you care about that. I've noticed that if you look at the screen, there's a little graphic when the car is selecting its lane. It's like a big blue blob will be like, this is the lane I want to pick. Well, sometimes when you have lanes opening up, beta will pick the lane you're in. So say you're in a lane and a lane opens on the left, a lane opens on the right. Beta is going to pick the middle lane. It's still in there. So to pick the lane, it shows that blue graphic on the screen, but at the same time, it turns a turn signal on. It makes no sense because you're not changing lanes, you're not turning, but to beta, there's something in there where it just has to click a turn signal to be like, oh, I'm picking a lane right now, check me out. So that's what's going on there. Tyler, what's been your favorite FSD beta moment this year? Oh my gosh, that's a good one. It's so hard because it does so many cool things. I made a short of it going around a bunch of things. It ran around six different stopped vehicles in one drive. That was probably my favorite video of the year so far. It had a lot of really good moments in it. It was very impressive. I actually heard, I heard from somebody that it was going around Tesla chat room, like the employee chat room was passing that one around. So that was really cool. Actually, the last downtown drive I filmed, which has not been posted yet, was very good again. It wasn't zero intervention. I think it was zero disengagement. I had to hit the accelerator a couple times, but it's doing so good. I mean, for the most part, it still makes mistakes, blah, 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 but it's very impressive, especially when you've been at it for 2.5 years and we think about the early days. Enrique, last version FSD versus autopilot. How do they compare on highway at this point in time? I want to make a whole video about that as well. Man, I do need to quit my job and do this full time. For me personally, version 11 highway is worse than navigate on autopilot for my daily commute. But I have some very unique situations on my highway, and that's why. Outside of that, it's very good. The lane changes are phenomenal. The moving around on the highway feels so good. Changing lanes when you don't have much space, it's very good. So overall, it's very good. I have some unique scenarios I'm going to share. If you've seen those overhead speed limit signs that I have on my drive, those just screw it up so bad, and it's so inconsistent. It says 60 miles per hour up there. The car, for some reason, reads 50 miles per hour, but maybe 30% of the time it'll change the max speed to 50 miles per hour. Now, the good news is that it doesn't slam the brakes to get down to 50, but it'll start to slow down. But I'll go days without it doing that. It'll still read 50, and it'll say the speed limit's 50, but it doesn't actually change its max speed. And I can't figure out why it only does it sometimes. It's very frustrating that it's not consistent. And then I have one part on my commute, I'm basically giving you the whole video here, on my commute on my way to work, where the car will every single time take the exit without any turn signals or anything. And there's an exit on both sides of the highway, and it's only 2 lanes. So no matter what lane I'm in, every single day, it exits with no turn signal or anything. And it's like so annoying. And they've probably heard that same voice note 20 times. I don't even do it anymore, but yeah. So Tim, can we get you a hidden cam if he doesn't want you to record everything yourself? No, he said that I can record whatever I want. So yeah, I would have to bring, honestly, I would bring a cameraman. I mean, I would grab a friend or somebody to come with me and if I went to the Dan O'Dowd thing and film, because yeah, but like, I don't know, the whole thing weirds me out. Like, I honestly, part of me like doesn't want him to be able to say that, like, oh, they all said no, like, which is so stupid. But yeah, I'm very skeptical of that whole thing. Ed A, my Model Y reacted to a deer before I saw it. Yep, I'm not surprised to hear that. It can do very well there. Nicholas Howard, concerned about driving here in Nashville if I get my Cybertruck. Tight parking garage at apartment and work, and I'm so used to driving my little 3. I know, I kind of miss the little 3 darting around everywhere. I love that feeling. But I'm sure there's tons. Look around. I'm sure there's a million F-150s there. It's about the same size. He'll be fine. Actually, my father-in-law drives a GMC... I forget which one of the GMCs. And when I first drove that thing, the first few minutes, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a monster, blah, blah, blah. It took me about 10 minutes. I was like, you know what? This is awesome. It feels really good to sit up in the big truck like that. BitJam, autopilot saved me from hitting a deer, saved the deer's life. Awesome. There's another one. That's so good to hear. Zaphid, I don't know if I want to read this one. Oh yeah, Texas Governor Greg Abbott called it a Giga truck. Yeah, during the lithium refinery groundbreaking, he said, oh, we got the Tesla Giga truck here. Oh my gosh, dude, these guys, man, I don't like any single politician. They're all garbage. Not that that's that big of a deal, but dude, the guy has brought billions into your state, and you can't even like know the name of the truck. Like, not that I've never made a mistake. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's like, come on. Fabian, what do you want to see FSD improve on highways? Speed limits are all screwed for me. Speed limits are terrible. So, yeah. Kaz, aka Cyberlift, would be cool. Emmett just had him on. Oh, okay. Yeah, I would have him on. That's cool. Emmett should have me on. Come on, Emmett. What are you doing? Russell, for me, version 11.3.6 on highway is better than before. Staying away from trucks, so much better. Yes, I love the staying away from semis. Some people don't like that. I find it very good. Gerard, what's the most you would pay for FSD when Cybertruck config is available? Well, I reserved it when it was, what, $7,000? So that. I can't get it for $15,000. I'm not buying it for $15,000. I'm just not. So when I bought my Model Y, so I bought the Model 3 and I got FSD for that, which was $5,000 at the time. I got my Model Y and it was $10,000 at the time, and there was no subscription. Had there been subscription at the time, I may have signed up for it. I would have had to do the math exactly, but I may have signed up for it, but they didn't have it back then. So I paid $10,000. I was not happy about it, but I could justify it because of YouTube. Honestly, that's like the only way. If it wasn't for YouTube, I may not have even upgraded to the Model Y. I may, but even if I did upgrade to the Model Y, because I might have, would not have bought FSD. Zero chance. Zero. I mean, it's 10,000 was too much. It's still too much. 15,000 is crazy. Graver. I have a recently new Model S with hardware 4, but still don't have the Vision Park Assist like 3 and Y without ultrasonics. Any idea when this will be coming to S and X without ultrasonics? I'm sorry, I can't tell you. Hardware 4 it's in its own league right now. It's its own thing. It doesn't have beta. It doesn't really have anything. So I don't know what's going on with Hardware 4. Hardware 4 is so strange right now. Like they just changed some of the cameras and they maybe have a radar in there and they deleted one of the front-facing cameras and like they have a new computer. Like I guess I don't know what's up with Hardware 4. I think a lot of things are going to be answered when we see Project Highland come out. That's my guess. I don't have any information, but that's my guess. Dennis, when do you think they will enable signage reading? Oh my gosh, no turn on red, right turn, no stop. I don't know. They should yesterday, like, I don't know what's taking so long with those basic things. I will say for me personally, no turn on red is working right now every single time. I don't think I've had it try to turn right on red at a no turn on red a single time in any of version 11, anytime. I'm pretty sure I'm correct on that. So I don't know if it's, just the map data on me got updated or what's going on, but that kind of blew me away. I was very surprised. Tim, one feature I think would be a massive quality of life upgrade for FSD is to let you set the jerk limit. Slow turns acceleration might be because of their jerk limit rather than hesitancy. Yeah, I agree. I would love all kinds of things to tweak, but I think Tesla is really going for the Apple approach of like, yeah, just use it. You don't know anything and we're going to make it all perfect for you. Which there's some merit to that, but not for nerds like us. Enrique, a couple of months ago, Autopilot in Europe started recognizing speed limits finally in Highway 2, but it does not set the car speed limit like it does in the city. Europe rules? Oh my gosh, Europe has so many goofy rules about that stuff. It's so awesome you have a relationship with Sandy Monroe and Associates. I love it when Tesla YouTube channels collide. Yeah, they're so nice. I cannot overexpress how nice they are over there. I was on the podcast. I don't think it's been posted yet, but after the podcast, me and Corey talked for, I don't know, at least 30 minutes. We just chatted. We just continued talking. It was so fun. Frank, do you think Tesla will hone the FSD price from Cybertruck reservation date? Honor. I do think they will. Yes. I think Tesla will honor your reservation price, FSD price. Not of the truck, but whatever FSD was when you reserved, I believe they will honor it. I could be wrong, but that's my guess. If it's 15K on my Cybertruck, I'm not getting it. Yeah, no, it's too much. FSD is a huge burden for us who got it and want to upgrade. It really is. Piero, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It seriously, like, it makes me... It ruins the whole upgrade experience because it's so expensive and you don't want to give this thing up when you get almost no value from it. It's really frustrating. It is really frustrating. And like, imagine the at least the one-time kind of boost Tesla would get in deliveries. I'm not saying they need it. But from offering a one-time transfer, I want to make a whole video about that. John, sorry to circle back. I got here late. My Model X is on 2023.2.12. I got it 2 months ago and subscribed to FSD. I have not received any update, Autopilot or FSD. Is that consistent with your understanding? Okay. Very interesting, John. So what that tells me, kind of something I've speculated, your current version, 2023.2, is below the 11.4 beta version, which is 2023.6. So I believe Tesla is holding you there intentionally until beta is rolled out to more people, in which case they will move you to beta. That's my guess. Do not upgrade. If you really want beta, John, do not upgrade to any software version that is beyond 2023.6. I wouldn't do it. I would wait. Unfortunately, how long is that wait going to be? I would guess we're getting 11.4 wider rollout in less than a month. That's my guess. I don't know for sure, but that's my guess. Yeah. At what point is the 15K justified to you? Jeff Sawyer. You know what? That's a really good question. And I don't know. Like, I think part of it for me is that I already have FSD. So I'm not going to trade in my car and then pay 15K on top of, the depreciation that's there with any car trade-in for something I already have. I think that's a big part of it. But another part is, like, I just don't make enough money to be throwing 15K around. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe if excuse me, maybe if my salary was double what it is, then I'd be like, oh yeah, 15K, it's expensive, but it's worth it. So it's very personal, but at what point is it justified? I mean, when I can send it out as a robotaxi, as Elon said, like, sure, then it is, but then it's going to be 50K, why would they sell it for 15K if you can just send it out there and make money on it? Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense. So, I don't know. It's such a hard question. I know, John, I'm sorry. Sorry to give you that news, but just wait. There's nothing huge. To be fair, further updates for you, there's no huge features you're missing out on, so I know it's exciting to get updates, but I would just wait. Does FSD behave the same on your Y and X? I haven't used it a lot on the X, but if you go search my channel for in Detroit, we took the Model X with FSD beta in Detroit, and it was absolutely awful. And it honestly felt like the behavior of the car was worse. Not just that it was making mistakes, but the way it was moving around the world was worse than how the Model Y feels. I don't know if that's true, but that's how it felt. I love FSD, but I couldn't let it go more than a block in Midtown NYC. Never saw so many people on the screen in the crosswalks coming out of the Holland. Yeah, I know. I'm not surprised. I think 15K for FSD is too much, and not having it is a safety issue, especially for those of us who are getting older and vision reactions are not what they used to be. Yeah, I hear you. I think I will go with subscription if more than 10K. Yeah, and that also depends on how long you're going to keep the car. What if they change the subscription price? I hate being subscribed to all these things and having to pay monthly, and it just never ends. Oh, you want to watch some shows on Netflix or whatever? Yeah, you have to pay us $15 a month forever. Forever. You don't own anything, but just keep paying us forever. It just doesn't sit right with me. So I avoid subscriptions at all costs. There are things I pay for. I pay for Hulu. I pay for chat-gpt. Honestly, I pay the $20 for that. But I try to avoid them as much as I can. I do VPNs as well. I have a VPN sponsor coming up, so I don't want to say which VPN. But yeah, if I need it, I'll pay for it. But like $200 a month in perpetuity, that's ridiculous. That's crazy. And again, like, I would guess if you're subscribed, they're going to let you keep the $200 a month. They're not going to change it, but they could. You don't own it. They can do whatever they want. So it's just that kind of stuff, like, kind of freaks me out. 15K for level 5. Yeah, but if it's actually Ryan, I hear that. But if it's actually level 5, it's going to be more. And it just gets to this point where it's like, okay, it's a self-driving car and I can sleep on the way to work, but I'd rather have 25 grand to my name than be able to sleep sleeping on my way to work sounds pretty amazing. All right, Jay, we're going to wrap it up here soon. We go for an hour, so we got a few minutes left, but I will address the questions that are here. Thank you so much for hanging out, everybody. We are now at FSD 11. What is your guess what the number will be when we reach full autonomy? Knowing Elon, will call it FSD 69. Yeah, it's hard to say. Some of these jumps, back in the day, we would get like FSD 5 and then a month later FSD 6. So I don't know. The numbers don't seem to mean all that much, but we'll see. He told us version 12 is going to be AI, the whole thing AI, rather than hard-coded whatever. I'm getting out of my intelligence zone here. Thanks for all your content. I'm signing off. Stay happy, mate. Thank you, Enrique. That's really nice. Piero, at least if Tesla credit your current FSD on a trade-in, that would help. They do. I know there's that thing floating around on Twitter, but they do. But it's not much. It's not much. I'm pretty sure high price of FSDs coerce people into subscription. I agree. When do we get FSD for free? When the government regulates it like seatbelts. You know what? It's too dangerous to have humans driving around. FSD is standard on all cars. Nord, no, this is not Nord. I've done Nord before, but this is somebody else. I'm sure this Frank Ans. I'm sure the subscription, dude. Oh, I should tell you guys since you're here. I might be doing a raid. Raid Shadow Legends. I might be doing a raid sponsor. If you ever see a sponsor and you're like, come on, dude, just know they paid me pretty well. Okay, it's worth it. It's only a minute. It's only a minute. Humor me. Thank you. I never have more than 5 minutes of sponsor messages per month. Okay, Just keep that in mind. I will never go over 5 minutes of sponsor messages in a single month. Okay. Uh, there's a lot of people that, are like, yeah, dude, do it. And then a lot of people get really mad at me. I know, right? It's so funny. It's so funny. I do actually play it sometimes though. I have it on my phone. It's whatever. Okay, Gerard. When do you think FSD will attain New York City traffic aggression? I have not attained that. It's not going to. It's not going to attain aggression. It's going to be a very polite little driver. And as of today, it's not appropriate. But people are going to have to get over it. Once self-driving cars are a thing, like, why do you think, they're just going to have to get over it? It's going to drive safe and it's going to drive calm. Deal, FSD performance, X versus Y. I suspect Tesla is prioritizing performance on the Y over other models, given it's the most popular model. That could be. Dennis, I wish they would limit lateral acceleration to more than 0.2 Gs. This could dramatically reduce rapid steering wheel movement. I'm sure there's something in there for that, but then you got to think like the car has to be able to do emergency maneuvers, and maybe it goes, oh, it's an emergency, I need to do this maneuver, but it's really not, right? So it's hard to really make a hard limit on that stuff. Brian, I agree with avoiding subscriptions. Really annoying to see how much automakers are now pushing it. Automakers and everybody. It's frustrating. NASCAR All Out. What happens when drivers in Florida are all trying to supercharge at the same time evacuating a hurricane when they normally just charge at home? Yeah, it's something to think about. You'll need a lot of superchargers, and you'll need people to plan ahead. So the big thing for that, so as of today, it's not Ed. Thanks, love your FSD videos. Have to sign off. Bye bye, Ed. Thank you. It's not a problem as of today that we've heard of. The good news is you will have 100% charge when you leave to evacuate. Basically, you have to plan ahead. Like, you shouldn't be doing this last minute stuff. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely something to think about. Faster charging will help, which is coming. But as of today, I don't think it's something that people need to worry about. But plan ahead. I mean, you be prepared for everything as much as you can. All right. I think that's it. I'm going to sign off. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I really appreciate it. I had so much fun talking with everyone. If you need me, DM me somewhere. Comment on YouTube. DM me on Twitter. I'm working hard on videos. Part 2 of the road trip is coming. I have some drives that I'm going to edit, and hopefully you'll like those. So, peace.